ladies and gentlemen, will be adopted to offer blended teaching and learning. By blended teaching and learning, we mean face-to-face and online teaching and learning. So in our university, we have adopted blended teaching and learning, which actually comprises face-to-face teaching and online. All units shall be offered by the blended mode of teaching. Face-to-face, we mean, by face-to-face, we mean you will be actually allowed to do some practicals and tutorials. So face-to-face will only allow to practicals and tutorials only. All science practical units shall be offered face-to-face. Units that require tutorials shall be offered face-to-face. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that we shall be teaching online. That is to say that the theory part of it will be covered online, but the practicals aspects of it will be covered in the university. Note that some practicals can be done online. Yes, as we teach online, there are some practicals that can be done online. I know many of us might be wondering how chemistry or physics or any other practical subject can be done online. There are some simulations that can be done. So it depends on your lecturers. So some of the practicals will be done online, but most of it will be done face-to-face in the university. But I want to say that modalities of organizing for practicals will be left to individual schools and actually departments. So when the time for practical will come, the unit lecturer will be in a position to communicate to you on how that one is going to be done. As I wind up, as this is the new norm, ladies and gentlemen, there will be some technical support that we shall be able to offer. So in case you have any issues, any technical or system issues, we shall actually provide our name, our numbers, and our emails so that you are able to communicate. Director Odell, Director ICT, Deans of Schools, Chairpersons of Departments, and the experts, the ICT technical staff. So I want to wish you all the very best, ladies and students, as we begin our training, and you realize that this is the norm and it is the way to go. The future of education in the world with the challenges that we have now is going online. So I want to wish you all the very best. We start now. From Monday next week, we shall actually be in class. Thank you very much.
You are next.
Watson,
okay.
I don't know whether the dean. Watson?
Yes, please.
That's you, please. I don't know whether the dean, agriculture, or any of the CODs are now available. I can make some few comments before we start.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I cannot see any of them. Possibly they'll join us toward the end. And maybe from that they can make their comments. So can we move on?
Proceed, eh?
Okay, the Deputy Registrar and the DVCSR are not available right now. Maybe they'll be joining us towards the end. So right now we'll want to go directly into the training. We have seen comments from the students on YouTube that they're feeling we are taking too much time, but we are trying as much as possible to finish within the shortest time possible. So now we want to go to the real content, and we are going to tackle three aspects. One of them is a corporate email access and management, which will be done by Daniel Dolo. The other one is portal and unit registration. The third one is the learning management system, and they'll be handled by different staff. So the portal will be handled by Rachel, and the LMS will be handled by Leah and Judith. So we're going to start off with Daniel Dolo on the issue of corporate email access and management. So Daniel, welcome. Dan, you can hear me?
Dan, we can't hear you.
Sorry?
Not yet.
You're saying Dan is not ready?
I can hear Dan talking from the next room, but he's not audible from the system. So let me just check on him.
Okay, tell him to refresh and reload. So members have said that we have divided our training into three. We shall have the corporate email access and management, that is communication, which will be added by Daniel Dolo. We shall have portal and unit registration, which will be handled by Rachel. And then we'll have the LMS, which means Learning Management System, which will be handled by Leah Wakani and Judith Boyd. So each of them will be taking some minutes to take you through, and we'll appreciate if you try it, so that if you have any challenges right now, we can manage it from there. That is coming on board shortly in a few minutes, and then we'll be done. I think Dan is now loading the page. So welcome, Dan. Can you hear me?
Hello. Now, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, Dan. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Watson. I'm now sharing we'll be looking at how to access the student emails. Currently, we have every registered student has a student email that is already created. And the student email that is already created can be accessed through the Gmail account, through the normal Gmail account. So what you do is you go to your browser and then you type gmail.com. Then once you type gmail.com, you are able to, you can see my screen. Hey, Rachel, can you see my screen? Okay.
It was there, but now it's not.
Oh, okay, just a minute. Now you can see my screen, huh?
Yes.
So
yes.
once you open gmail.com, then you type in your student email. An example of a student email. Let me just get one student email that you can be able to use. So you just type in your student email. An example is E3722542011 at student.mksu.ac.ke. Remember, the syntax for the student email is just that you type in your admission number in full but in lowercase. Then you just add at student.mksu.ac.ke. Then you go to next. Now, in cases where your student email cannot be found, in cases where you have a student email that cannot be found, then you just contact us, and then we are able to get. So meanwhile, let me get a student email that actually logs in. Yes, we have VC16. Okay, yes, let me try this one. S11 6381 2020. So now you see already the student email is accessible. It's accessible, and then once you type in that, the password, the default password is your admission number, the same admission number. So you just type S11 6381 2020. Then you go next. Yes. So the default password for it should be your admission number. So just a minute, sorry for that. What is why we need to have every student should access the student email is because the institutional emails is what we use actually to make sure that your lecturers communicate to you and they are able to probably send you notes. They can send you important stuff about your academic studies. So that is a very, very important aspect that you need to make sure before even you do most of the things, you have a corporate email. So now one of the benefits of having the corporate email is to use it, and then you'll be able to access it. You can be able to access it. So now I want to show you an example of a student, just an example of a student to be email. Yes, I believe now my screen is visible. So now what happens is you go to gmail.com, sign in, you go straight to sign in. You get to sign in. Admission number, your admission number at students. Then your default password is your admission number, but in caps. In caps. Your default password is your admission number, but in caps. That is uppercase. So you make sure the letters are in caps. Then you type. Then once you go to, you are able to see terms and conditions, which you are read. Then you go, you click accept. Then now you're able to create a new password. This one gives you the privilege to create a new password. I believe you can be able to see my screen, Rachel.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
You can see my screen, huh?
Yeah, yes, you can. It's lost now. Oh yeah, it's loaded.
Yes. So once you log in with your, as you can see in your admission number in lowercase, then make sure the password, there should be in uppercase, especially this letter, the first few letters that appear on your admission number. Then once you accept the terms and conditions, you are able to create a password. You are able to create a password of your choice. In this case, we are still going to use the same. Then you are able to change your password. So you will be able to create a password of your choice. Then you can log in. Then you just confirm. Confirm. Remember, the records are on our side. Then now you log into your Gmail. So you see, like in this case, even the link for the portal account creation was sent here to your Gmail. We do not allow students to use their personal emails for the portal. Because we already have our own institutional emails that we can use for the portal, and even through communication, you can be able to use it probably to communicate with the lecturers and assignments and more to that. So that is how you access. Probably we can do a rerun. Let's do a rerun of how it works. And let's do a rerun of how it works. So you type in your admission number at student.mksu.ac.ke. Then remember your password is the same admission number, but in uppercase. In uppercase, the first letter is in uppercase. Then you'll be able to log into your email address. So I think that's that. Anytime you are using it for in the link, always check it out in the spam. In the spam, you'll be able to see probably any message that has not come through the inbox. But meanwhile, that's how you are able to access your student email. So back to you, Watson, if there is any question.
Thank you, Dan. I think what they need to note is that the separators between the unit code and the serial number and the year is a dash, an hyphen, not an underscore, not a slash, but an hyphen, a dash, right? Because I realize most of the students are having a challenge because of that. Please use a dash as a separator between the program code, the serial number, and the year. Kindly take note. And again, when you are logging in Gmail, you write it in full.
Excuse me.
Yes, Patricia?
Sorry for interruption, Mr. Kanuku.
Yes, please.
Students are having issues with the youth. They are not able to kindly accept them, and they are calling.
They're not able to what?
To join the YouTube, they are being told that the video no longer exists.
But we are live.
Okay, I don't know what
myself. So they should just chat Machakos University, then they'll be able to see the live stream. Just that they click and then it opens.
Okay.
Maybe I can just share my screen so that I can show them how it is done.
Please.
Okay. Let me pick it right now so that I can demonstrate to them. Okay. So I'm just sharing my screen so that I can show them how to. So you just go to YouTube, and then you search Machakos University. So once you're there, it's here. Actually, it's the first one in the list. So you just click on it. And there you are. You're done. You can actually see what is on my screen right now. All right. So that's how it is done. You don't need so many things. You just need to do that. So thank you very much, Dan. I'm trying to see if there is any question from the students. I think they are raising concerns about the bundles and the like. And these are special moments. We cannot just act normally. I'm sure after things normalize, you'll be able to resume the one-on-one, that is face-to-face teaching. So for the time being, we'll have to bear with the situation. So now I want to welcome the next person, the next presenter, who is Rachel, who will present on portal and unit registration. So Rachel, over to you.
Thank you, Watson. I'm going to be presenting on how to create a portal account and how to access the different functions available in the student portal. I'd like to encourage the students that one key strategy of being a successful online learner is having a positive attitude. So as we go through these challenges together, I request that we all be positive. And with that, I'm going to start sharing my screen. We've already done a video. We've done one video. It's available on YouTube on how to create a student portal account. However, the video does not take care of unit registration. So for the sake of those who may not be having a portal account, I'll start with creating a portal account. And the first training objective is how to access the portal. How to access the portal. So we have two ways through which you can access the portal. One, you can just Google Machakos University portal account. Two, you can access it through the Machakos University website. From the top here, we have mksu.ac.ke. On the resource function, we have student/staff portal. When you click on it, it takes you to the portal interface. You can also use a direct link, which is portal.mksu.ac.ke, which provides this interface. I hope you can see the portal interface. So if you are a new student, the first role is to create a student portal account. So we click below here, which is create an account. Then you select your role, you select that you're a student, then you input your admission number. In this case, I have my first student, so I'll input his admission number. As you've been told, the separator is a hyphen, that is the minus sign. Kindly don't get frustrated as you use the wrong separator. Then you input a strong password, it should be 8 characters, a combination of numbers, letters, and alphanumeric. Strong password. I've input my strong password, then I submit. So after I submit, I get a confirmation link sent to my email and the notification that you should please check your email for the login instruction. As we've been trained on accessing the email, remember that it's a normal Gmail interface, it's a normal Gmail account, so we are going to access it through the normal Gmail interface. So I'm trying to access my Gmail interface so that I can log in as the student. So I'm going to add another account. And then I'll go through the process that we've just been trained. So I'll use another account. Then I log in as the student using the admission number at student, admission number at student.mksu.ac.ke. So that's email address, admission number at student.mksu.ac.ke. Remember, as you were told, that the default password is your admission number. You can try with the first letter in capital or small letter and check which one works. So I've logged in. As you had trained initially, the first step is to reset. The first step is to reset your password. So I'm going to reset my password. Remember, you use a strong password, combination of capital letters, small letters, numbers, and special characters. We're accessing the email to have a confirmation link so that we can access our portal account. So I've just changed my email password, and I will not set the recovery details. So I'll just confirm. So, and among my first emails, I have an email from Machakos University, which is the portal confirmation link. So I'll just click on it to confirm account. And what the confirmation link does, it redirects me to the portal interface where now I can log in. So I'm just going through the procedure we've been trained a few minutes ago. So now I'm going to log in with my admission number and my strong password, and I can successfully access my portal account. So now I hope you are clear about creating a portal account and how to access the confirmation link and how to log in. So from the portal account, we have different functions. So every semester, every new semester, not just this September, December, for this session you'll be reported by default. But in January, April, we'll expect you to report. The first thing you do when you come back to school for a new session is report. Not in the university physically, but in the system. You report in the system. So from the portal account, you click on reporting. When you click on report, you click on report now, it will give the available session, then you report. Now, immediately you report, you are billed, an invoice is generated. So when your invoice is generated, the next step you do is to check your fee balance. Check your fee balance. So immediately you report, an invoice is generated, and you need to check your fee balance. So from the system now, you know how much you're paying for the semester. So now after you pay your fee, you'll be able to register for the units. Kindly note that you'll not be able to register for units if you have pending school fees. So the first thing you do when you come into the university is to report from the portal. When you report your invoice, when you're invoiced, you check your fee balance. From the portal, you see we have fees. You click on fees to check your fee balance. If you have a fee balance, you'll not be able to register for your units. Usually we have a fee policy, so per session will be guided on what the fee policy is. You have to meet the specifications of the fee policy for you to be able to register your units. So I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are, Rachel. You are.
So after you paid your fee, now you can move to unit registration. So when you click on unit registration, remember I'm using the functions available on the sidebar. So when I click on unit registration, what the system should do should load my curriculum, including all the units that I'm going to be taking for that session. For example, for this student, you see it has loaded the curriculum for the first year units. So when you click on units, you see the units for that academic year. So of course you have seen your timetable. So you're going to register for the units that are available for that session. Units that are available for that session, depending on the content available on your timetable. For example, assuming that your timetable says that in the first year, semester 1, you're going to take the 6 units available. So what you do, you click on units, then you move selecting the units. You select the units, then after you select, you click on register units selected. You select the units, then you click on register units selected. Remember at the top here, we have the register units, we have the units history, and we have the curriculum. When I click on the curriculum, it's supposed to load my entire curriculum from first year to 4th year. When I click on units history, it's supposed to give me a history of the units I've registered before. When I click on register units, it gives me the units for the academic period. Remember, you cannot register for units in a past session or units units in a session that you are not in. For example, you cannot register for units in year 2, but you can register for units in year 1 across the 2 semesters. So follow your timetable to guide you in unit registration. So as I said, to register units, make sure your register units on top here. Then click on the units that are available in your timetable. Select. After you select all the units you're taking for that semester, you click on register units. Now, a function that I may not be able to show you now is that you can edit units after you've registered. This particular student I'm using has not paid fee. You see, if you have not paid fee, it gives you an error statement saying, sorry, fee payment is required as per the policy before registering for the units. So when you register units, before the units are approved, there's something called unit approval. You can always edit those units, like you can drop and re-register again. However, if the units are approved, you cannot drop that unit. So it's very important that you register for units that are available in your timetable, so that you don't keep moving around departments, trying to drop units that when you'd have avoided the error in the first place. So members, I've gone through reporting, I've gone through checking your fee balance, and we have successfully registered for units. So after unit registration, we'll have something there's a function called examinations. Now, on the examination, depending on the time of the semester, when you are around or when you're nearing doing your exams, you'll be asked to download your exam card from the portal. So to download your exam card, you click on examinations, then exam card. Remember that the session is not active at the moment, like we are not nearing doing our exams, so the function for the exam card is not available. So when you are nearing doing your exams, you'll be able to download your exam card from the portal, and you click on examinations, then exam card on top here. Remember, to access your exam card, for unit registration, there's a fee policy of 75%. You can register units if you pay 75% of the fee. But when it's exam time, the fee policy is 100%. You cannot access your exam card if you've not paid 100% fee. You cannot access your exam card if you've not paid 100% of your school fees. So remember that the exam card is the control used for you to access your examination rooms. And in this case, if you have not paid the 100% exams, if you were to conduct online exams, you'll not find your units. So it's important that you follow the fee policy throughout the semester. Now, from the examination function, you can also access your provisional transcript and your results slip. This one is highly dependent on your department. So if they upload the marks and they approve that the results are visible from your portal, you'll be able to access your provisional transcript and your results slip. So members, I've gone through reporting, online reporting. We've checked the fee, we've done our units registration, and we have done our examinations. Now, I will not tackle the functions that are not active at the moment. So I'm going to tackle those functions that are active. So I'm going to skip hostel booking, and I'm going to skip messages to move to the repository. Now, from the repository, right now we have no content uploaded in the repository, is where you access most of the internal announcements. For example, we say we have communication that is targeted to the students only. For example, we want to share an exam timetable, or we want to share a policy of research, for example, research. So if we want to have internal communications, we will upload the documents in the repository. So it's very important that once in a while, you check the repository to find out what has been uploaded there. Now, we have the other function called evaluation. So before you access your exam card, you'll be required to evaluate your courses and your lecturers. So remember, one, you cannot download the exam card if you do not pay fee 100%. And two, you cannot access the exam card before you do the course evaluation. The course evaluation will be active at the end of your semester. You must have registered your units to access the course evaluation for specific units. So you'll be able to access your lecturers and the course in terms of maybe delivery and availability of resources. So I've gone through online reporting, We've checked the fee, we've registered units, we have checked our examinations, we've seen how we can access our results and how we can access our exam card. We've checked the repository, and we've said that you cannot access your exam card until you go through the course evaluation. So members, those are the main functions available in the portal. And when you are done with your 4 years, you'll be required to clear online. So you start the clearing process online. So if you stay with us and you're done with the 4 years, you start your clearance process online. That is as you are to graduation. If maybe you find better places, or maybe you want to do an inter-university transfer and you want to clear, remember that the clearing process will be initiated online. So those are the basic functions available in the portal. As you may have seen, that it's very important that you activate your student portal now, because most of the times unit registration and reporting have deadlines. For example, you have maybe the first 2 weeks to report and register for your units. So it's very important that you're able to access your portal now. You may not be able to report this time because you are reported by default because you're new students. But from January session, you'll be required to report in the system. Usually there's a deadline for you to report, and there's a deadline for unit registration. So it's very important that you get your portal activities right now. So with that, I think I've come to the end of my presentation. If there are any questions, maybe I can check on them now. Maybe someone can help me air the questions so that I don't overload my screen. So I'll go back to the portal as I wait to be guided on the questions. Any questions?
You are now.
Yes, Prof. You have a question or concern? Okay, so thank you very much, Rachel, for that presentation. I'm trying to check through the YouTube communication. I cannot get a question which is precise to the presentation. Much of it is just communicating between each other, which is okay. So I think with that, we can just go ahead and we go to the next presenter. Rachel, Leah and Judy, they are presenting on the LMS. So I welcome Leah now to lead that process. So welcome, Leah.
Thank you, Watson. So we move to the next session where you now learn how to how to access the LMS and how to change your profile from there. So over to you, Judy. She's the one who is going to train on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Leah and Watson. I'm going to share my screen, and then we can see how we can access the LMS, that is the learning management system. Then we'll see also how we are going to access our courses and how we are going to change the profile of our the profile in the LMS. I'm sharing my screen. And we'll see also how we are going. Must be greater than space.
Hello there. Leah, are you there?
Yes, Watson.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So, Watson, you can check something that I have sent to you as Boit tries to come back. So just to mention to the students, when you are logging into the LMS, we sent I think somebody is there on YouTube. They will give you the link to the LMS. So to log into the LMS for the first time, if you successfully registered units, you will use your student number. You will use your student number as the username, and then you will use it as the username in small letters, and then the password will be the same username but in capital letters. So if your student number is A36 or E36 1990 2020, that will be your username in small letters. Then now for the password, you will do the same but in capital letters. So once you do that, now you will I think she is sharing her screen. Then from there, now you will be able to oh, I can see Mudel John. Yeah, I think Boit is ready now to take you through. You will now be able to change your password. You will be taught, you will be trained how to change the password. So Boit, I saw somebody sharing their screen.
Yeah, it was sharing, so I think I can take them through that.
Yes, because unfortunately when I try to sing, I'm not able to go back.
Okay, don't worry. So I want to take you through that. So just shortly. Okay, I'm trying to share my screen now so that I can show you how it is done. So in a short while. So the first question is, where do we start from? Where do we start from? You start from here. You start from the you start from the browser. So on your browser, you have to access the URL for Machakos University e-learning platform. So it is elearning.mksu.ac.ke. E-learning is one word without an hyphen. So elearning.mksu.ac.ke. So it will carry out a process there. And then once it is done, now there you are. So how do you access it? You access it using your student number, right? Like I've picked a student who has already registered for units. That particular one, okay, let me use another one who is a current student, day 17. So that is a student, okay? Here, the accounts already exist, so you don't have to create a new one. The accounts are already there, so you just pick from there and move on. So the next thing you do is to key in your password. So your password is your student number, okay? But the first character is uppercase. You can see here, the J, this is J17, so the J is, the username is in lowercase, but in the password, you will not be able to see it now. It is in uppercase. So after that, I log in. So this is what appears once you log in. So this is your interface. This is where you land once you log in. You see already the system knows your name. It will show your name there. the system already has several functionalities. I had accessed these earlier, that's why you can see some things have changed. So on the left pane, you have several functionalities there. You have the dashboard, site home, calendar, private files, and my courses. So on the dashboard, that's where you see this interface. So the first thing that you do is you change your password. Remember, your student number is both your username and the password. You only change the alphabets. On the username, they are in lowercase. On the password, they are in uppercase. So that is the only difference. So from there, anybody who knows your student number can access your LMS and do any functions like you are. So we want you to own this platform. So you own it by having your personal password. So how do you do it? On the far right hand, next to the toolbar, you'll find there are 4 icons. One which looks like a bell, which is a notification. Another one which looks like a call out, which is a toggle messaging drawer. The other one is supposed to represent your image. I'll show you how to upload it there. And then on the far right hand, there's a drop down arrow. So when you click on it, it draws down these big lists of several lists of items, like your name, the dashboard, profile, grades, messages, preferences. So you go to profile and you click there. So once you're on profile, it shows you several things, all right? Like up there, you can see dashboard and profile. Then where there is your name, there are several things. One, there is where your image is supposed to be, and then your name. But on the far right end, up there next to the gear, there's another drop-down arrow. And next to it, there, when you click on it, you're able to see several functionalities. Among them is change password. So you click on change password, which brings you here. Now, from this point, you're able to see all this. You're able to see your details. Then from there, you enter your current password. All right, so I just pick this. This is my current password. And then now I want to enter new password. So I change my password to this. Don't worry, I revert it if this is your email address. But remember, there are some conditions up here. Your new password must meet these conditions. One, should be at least 8 characters, okay? At least 1 digit, at least 1 uppercase, at least 1 uppercase letter, at least 1 alphanumeric character, and these are the examples: asterisk, hyphen, hash, and the like, or question mark. Those are the alphanumerics. So it must contain that. So I am very sensitive to that. So I give it a password, which is okay. So I'm changing the password now. Right, then I click on change password. Right, you see mine has not met those conditions. Like it's telling me mine did not match. So I have to do it again. Okay. Right, then I have to repeat the same. And let me try. Good, I'm done. So I've changed the password. From there, I continue. Right? From here, I want to go back to the dashboard like that. Then from there, the next thing that I do, remember we have said that we have integrated the LMS with the ERP. Remember, what you've done just a minute ago was to register for units. You've paid fees, and then you have told the system, these are the units I'll be covering this semester, all right? So we want now to merge the unit that you've registered and the LMS. So what are we doing now? We're trying to pull the unit here, right? Okay, We are trying to pull the unit here. Somebody help me to manage the users on that side. We are trying to pull the unit here. So how do we do it? There is a functionality called sync my registered units at the far right hand, just below where we click to change the password. There is sync my registered units. So I click there, and in a second, success, enrolled units fetched successfully. So if you go back now to the dashboard, you'll be able to view your units. So where are they? They are here. These are the units that you have registered for this semester. So how many are they? These ones are 7. So all your registered units are here. Okay, so you're able to access the content from here. I don't know now if Leah is ready to move forward.
Yes, Watson, I am.
Okay, so from that point now, I can hand over to you to go on.
Okay, thank you. So, my name is Leah Wakanyi. So, I want to train you on the interface, how your interface will look like once you have registered for units, and we will have a sample unit that we are going we will go through so that you can see the content that you can expect once now the actual learning starts. So I will try to share my screen now. Just give me a few minutes to do it. Yeah, I think it's being shared. So as you have been trained, what's on? Is my screen visible? What's on, narrator? Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, thank you. So I will log in as a student. My admission, I'm just a sample student, ST80 1000 2020. So I had logged in earlier, so I had changed the password so that we don't consume a lot of time. So now I'll just log in, and then as you have been told, once you get there, you change your profile, then you sync. Changing your password is very important so that you can own that account, because remember, your classmates could be aware of your admission number, and they can use it now to access the account here. So once you have changed the profile and you have synced the units, then now when you go to my courses, you will be able to see the courses that you have been registered for. So for the purpose of this training, this user is registered for a unit called SIT 198. SIT 198. Then this is how the interface will look like. It's just a sample. You will find that if you're taking 14 weeks, then the course will be structured in weekly format, so that every week there is something that is happening. So for this training, there is content for 3 weeks. You can see the first week started on 4th October to 10th October. Then there is another one 11th October to 17th October, and another one from 18th to 24th, and so on and so forth. So this is what you will expect to find once you log in. So the first item, even before you go to the weeks, there are those special announcements that your lecturer may want to make about the course. They could have the course outline so that you keep checking as you progress in your academic journey. You can keep checking whether all the topics have been covered, and if there is an area that you feel that maybe it was left out, you can always ask. So the first part, I'm not saying that all the units will look like this, but this is just a preview of what you might expect. So before you go even to the first week, there will be announcements. So you click on the right side, you click on the announcements, and you will see that your lecturer will have posted the announcements for that course. So if I click on this is just a sample. So it is welcoming you to the course. It introduces you to the basic functionalities of the LMS, and this section is used for announcements such as important dates, because you might be having real-time classes on the big blue button, so they will be announced here. They will be announced here. You can see the lecturer name is Professor J. Smith. That is the email, the cell number, the important dates. They will announce them here, that in week 6 we should expect a cut. In week 10 there is a cut 2, and the cut 2 will be a discussion question, and once you click on the hyperlink, it can take you to that discussion. So this is the format of the discussion and all that, and the course outline is here. So you can copy this and paste it in a Word document, or your lecturer can have this in a file format that you can download. So that is basically what the announcement is about. So we move. So from the announcements, as I said, it will depend on the discretion of your lecturer, but most likely you will expect maybe an introductory video or the course outline and the important dates. They will be posted there, so that, and they will be accessible throughout the course, so that anytime when you log in, you can view them. And the good thing about the LMS, you do not have a specific time when you can log in. You can even log in at night at the comfort of your home, download the materials, see the announcements, participate in the chat rooms and all that. So that is the announcement. Then when we get to the first week now, you will maybe expect a video. Your lecturer will post a video. There is a sample video here, so that now you're able to connect the name to the face of your lecturer. They can have that in the first week, or they can have it in the announcements. So they once you log in, you only need to click on the video and you can play it just using the play button like we do in YouTube and other platforms. Once you click here, you can be able to play the video. As I have indicated here, this video introduces you to the course and to the lecturer. So you click on it, you play it. This is just a sample that I had created for the purpose of this training, but I'm just showing you a preview of what to expect once you now start accessing the actual content. So to go back, you just click on the code of the course again, and you can see that it is very clear here. It is called SIT 198 Introduction to University Courses. So I'm imagining that the program that you are taking has unique courses, but this is how they will appear: the code and then the name of that course. So the next thing that you expect in a virtual on the LMS platform is you will need to have chat rooms, so that in case you are having challenges even with the courses, you can always participate in that chat and you can engage fellow learners, fellow students, and the lecturer as well. The lecturer will be a participant in that course. So this is the icon for the course. This is the icon for the video. So for the chat room, it is advised, although I know that you have the student handbook that outlines the conduct that is expected when you are attending an online class. Remember, this is now an academic platform, not like the one that we are having on YouTube. So there is a set of conduct that will be expected from you, except maybe for those taking Kiswahili, you will be expected to chat in the official language, and you will be expected to keep your content respectful. You respect the other users, the other students, and the other and your lecturer as well. And then it will be the chat room on the LMS. It will be strictly for discussing course issues. Like if there is a topic you didn't understand, if there is a question that you need, if there is a diagram that you need clarified, those are the issues that you are to put on the chat room. So to use the chat room, you click on the chat room like that. Then the instructions are there. Click here to enter the chat now. Use more accessible interface. View past chat sessions. Maybe there is something that was posted last week and you need to see it. You can click there to start a chat. You just click on the start a chat, and then there is this bar where my cursor is blinking, so I can post my first chat there, assuming that I'm also a student, welcome fellow students. So once you type anything on the bar and then you click enter, it is automatically entered on the chat room. So if you are asking a question, your lecturer will be able to see it and they will be able to respond. And even the other students can contribute in that discussion. Maybe there is a point that you need clarified. Once you post it, the others can join in. They can also maybe express themselves, saying that also they didn't understand, or if they understood, they explain that concept to you. So it is expected that you're going to keep it purely for academic issues, and you're not going to, and the language also that you use, make sure that it is respectful, so that you don't go against the code of conduct expected for the students. So the next thing, you click on the unit name again, unit code again, then you go to the next week, then click, this is the icon for a discussion question. You may expect a discussion question whereby now your lecturer will give you a topic, maybe you're taking communication skills. There is a certain topic, and remember you have the course outline with you, so that you can always go back and look at the course outline, read ahead of the lecturer before you get to that topic. So the discussion question in most cases will be something related to what you are doing in class, the course, and maybe one of the topics. So the lecturer will outline how the discussion is supposed to be done. If you're supposed to expound on a certain topic, you're supposed to use one reference, all that will be included in the discussion question. So for instance, when we click here, you can see there is a discussion question that has been posted here, and you're told that you're responsible for 3 posts for each question in your discussion board. So that is your initial post and a reply to 2 of your classmates. So they will also indicate the word count expected for the discussion. So you can see here the sample discussion question here was for a communication class. How is your communication style different in the classroom than when you are in other contexts? How does written communication change in academic settings compared to other forms of written communication? So this is just a sample of a discussion question that you expect. Then other expectations will also be communicated there. So the date for the submission, that is very important. So it is advisable that you keep logging in each week so that you can see any additional materials that will be posted. So here the date is indicated that be sure to submit by the first post by 14th October and the responses to your classmates by 16th October. So that is how a discussion is. So once you have done your discussion, it is advisable that you don't do it online, because remember, we want to take care of you. We don't want your bundles getting exhausted. So you can just come here where we have the discussion question. You just copy this, or maybe it will be a file. You can click on it and just download it. You just copy. I know most of you know how to copy and paste. You copy the content here and then you paste it in a Word document. Then when you want to respond now to the discussion, instead of having to do it online, imagine if you're typing like 1 page, that will be too much time spent online. So you can copy it, you can do it in a Word document. Once you're okay, you proofread it. So once you're okay that this is what you want to submit for this topic, you come here where we have the comments. So where you have the comments, when you click on the comments, now you will be able to add a comment. Add a comment. So once you click on add a comment, whatever you had typed in your Word document, you will just copy it, and let me see whether I have something that I can copy. Assuming that this was my discussion. And I believe we all know how to copy and paste. You highlight, you Control C, or you right click and select copy, then you come here and paste it. So this is how you do a discussion, so that you don't then spend a lot of time online. So once you have copied, you come and paste it here. Assuming that you are using Microsoft Word, you just come and save it here, and you save the changes. So now you have added your comment. You can edit it, you can view whatever you have done, you can view the discussion again, the comments from other students. Once you click on comments, you will be able to see if other students have contributed to that discussion, and now you want to respond to them. So that is how a discussion forum works. You just go to the discussion, you add a comment, you click on comment, then you add your comment. If you want to still add another comment, you can still go ahead. You click on add a comment. The LMS is very user-friendly. There are very few steps to accessing the basic functionalities that are here. So that is how you tackle a discussion question. On the LMS, they will be called wikis. Wikis. You can see from the right side here. We have wikis. So this is how they will be designed. So this was just a sample to show you what you are expected to do. You just read the discussion. You can copy it on a Word document. Sometimes it can be posted as a file. Then you add your comment. The most important thing is to be aware of the dates when you're supposed to submit your discussions, because you realize that sometimes if you don't meet the deadlines, the discussion could be locked, and then if that was supposed to be a cut, then you are going to lose out. You're going to miss those marks. Then you go back to the course. You click on the course again, you go back. So that was, we have now done the first week, where we had the introduction video, we had the chat room. If there were notes, they would have been posted there, but I didn't post any because they behave the same way that the exam does. So we have also done the discussion question in week 2. We have noted the dates. Then in week 3, we have, of course, the exam will not come in week 3, but I just decided to post it here. We have the end of semester exam. So once you click on it, when you're taking an assignment, most likely it will be an assignment that you're expected to do, and then you do a submission. So for an exam or an assignment, unlike what we have done with the discussion where we have posted the comments directly, for an exam or an assignment, you will be expected to upload. So that will be different now from just a class discussion. Remember, an assignment is private. You're not supposed to show other students what you have done, but for a discussion, it is an open forum where all the students can participate. It is expected that it will add to your knowledge, so that you can see what others thought about the topic and what your thinking was, and then you respond to them, so that now you enhance the knowledge that you have on the topic. But for an assignment, this is personal. So it will not be posted like a normal discussion forum, or what the LMS refers to as a wiki. So here you will be expected to download the assignment, do it, and then upload it on the LMS. So for instance, this is SIT 198 end of semester exam. So once I click on it, you can see what happens. It is, you can either choose it to open with Microsoft Word, or to save the file. So once you save the file, it will go to your downloads, and this is what is advised, so that you don't consume a lot of bundles, a lot of internet. You reduce the amount of time that you are online. So the exam will go to your downloads or the assignment. So you will go there, then you can even log out, go look at the assignment, make sure that you adhere to the dates. If it is an exam, then it has to be done the same day and uploaded the same day. Then once you are done, you will be expected to upload it. So this is where it is. You can see it has the icon of a W, SIT 198 end of semester exam. You have viewed that, and you can see that it is even marked on the other side that you have viewed that. You have taken your time you have answered all the questions the way they were supposed to be answered, then now you're ready to upload. So you will scan your work. There are many applications on Play Store that you can use to scan your work. You will scan it, then you can send it. But in other cases, like if it's an assignment, then you don't need to scan. You can just do it, you type it, and then you save it in your computer as a file. But if it is an exam, it will be expected that because of the time, and then we don't want people to take a lot of time. Remember, we are not all the same at the same level when it comes to our typing speed. Some can type very fast, others take a lot of time. So for the exams, unless the policy changes, for the exam you will be expected to just handwrite your exams and then upload them. Then now for the assignment, you do it in a Word document. You can even convert it to a PDF. If it was a diagram that was expected, you do it nicely. You use your references if that was a requirement. Then now I want to now take you through how to upload that. So to upload it, you click on end of semester exam or the assignment or whatever the name will be. And now you come to this interface. So when you're here, you add a submission, because now I'm imagining that you have finished and your work is nicely done in a Word document. You can even convert it to PDF if you like, or you follow the instructions that your lecturers are going to give you, because sometimes it could be a diagram done in Paint. Sometimes it could be a computer program written maybe in a normal text document or a HTML document. So you come here and add a submission. So when you click on add a submission, you're taken to this interface where now you are supposed to upload your file. Remember, you downloaded the assignment or the exam or whatever it was. You downloaded, you read it offline, but now you are ready to upload it. So you click here where we have files. You click on this small icon here so that you can add now your file, the one that you have saved in your computer. Or for those of you who are used to using computers, you can just drag and drop it inside there. It is the same process. So once I click on files, you're taken to this interface where now you're supposed to search for it, like we do when we are sending emails. I believe all of us are able to send emails. The same way we attach a file to an email is the same way that you will attach your assignment. So here we have these options to upload a file. So when the uploading a file is the one that is selected by default. So you browse for that file. So browse means that now the software is going to look for that file in your computer so that you can save it here. So you click on browse, you pick it from wherever. It could be in your documents, your downloads, all that. So I want to pick something that I had earlier prepared called a test submission. So once I open, it is automatically added here. So how do I save it here now on the LMS? I will call it assignment 1. Remember, you are in your account. So the lecturer is already aware that this is your account. So you don't necessarily need to keep adding your student details. You can just call it assignment 1. The other, it will pick your name by default because this is your account as the student. So my name is Leah Wagare. So the name is automatically picked from the system. So the next step is to upload the file. So once you click on upload the file, this is what happens. You can see that the assignment has been added there. It is called assignment 1. And now I want to save those changes. So you click on save changes. So once you click on the changes, you can see that the submission status has changed and your assignment has been submitted for grading. Your assignment has been submitted for grading and the color has changed. The grading status, it has not yet been graded because I've just done that. And the file submissions are indicated there. Submission comments, I do not have any for now. So you can still go ahead and edit the submission, because maybe you are taking 3 or 4 assignments and maybe you uploaded the wrong one. You can edit the submission, or you can remove the submission altogether and then upload again. But basically, that is the process of accessing a file that has been uploaded by your lecturer as an assignment or as an exam, and that is how you upload it. For the other files, like the notes, in assuming that they will be in PDF or Word, this is how they will look like, and you will just click on them and they are automatically downloaded. So for the LMS, the basic functionalities are quite simple. You just follow. I know you know how to read a hyperlink. Like when you place your cursor there, when you hover the mouse there, you can see that this is a hyperlink when it changes to that image of a heart. So once you click on it, it will take you to that link. So once you get your accounts, this is it is expected that you spend as much time as possible on the platform so that you get familiar. The last item that we look at is the quiz. So this is how a quiz will look like. This is the icon for a quiz. It is in red, showing you that you need to score some marks there. So you take a quiz in very simple steps. You just click on the quiz, and then you can see the grading method. Depending on how your lecturer will have structured that, attempt the quiz now. So in most cases, a quiz will not really be an exam, but it will be there to test your knowledge. And maybe the lecturer can decide that he will take 5 marks of the quiz, 5 marks of the discussion post, and maybe 5 marks in something else that they will ask you to do. They could ask you to watch a video on YouTube. They could ask you to read a journal and then give your comments, and that will constitute your marks for the continuous assessment. So everything that is posted on this forum, you are expected to take it very seriously, and you start now. You start as you begin. Don't wait until year 3 to get serious with your work. So the quizzes may have dates that you are supposed to adhere to, so that then you are not locked out and then you miss the points. So when you click on the quiz, you're taken to this interface where you click now on attempt the quiz now. So once you click on the attempt the quiz now, you can see the questions. I just had a few because this is just a sample. It is a test. I am just showing you what will happen and how you will be able to handle that. So you can, the question 1, you can access Moodle while offline. So you just check. You will have instructions on how to answer the questions. So here, you can access Moodle while offline. So is it true? Is it false? So I can click on true and see what will happen. Then I go to the next. I go to the next question. Is it possible to download an exam and take it online? I can still select the first item, the first answer. Then this is a different. It is still a quiz, but now it is in a different format where you're supposed to match the words. The Moodle is available on, is it 2 platforms? Is it downloading platforms? Is it scanned platforms? And all that. So I click on the first option, which is available on 2 platforms, the dash platform, and when using a computer. So again, you click on the arrows that are provided here. Is it scanned? Is it mobile? Is it offline? Maybe let's say mobile platform, and when using a computer. Exams can be taken when offline, downloading, and all that. So this you are matching. It is to test your knowledge. But I'm not saying that the quizzes will be this simple. This was just a sample of the quiz. By downloading the file, once the exams are completed, they are scanned and uploaded on the LMS. Then I finish the attempt. So depending on how your lecturer will have structured that, you can have automatic feedback, whereby you answer question 1 and the feedback is given. Then once you are done, you can return to the attempt. If it is allowed this again will depend on your lecturer. Do they want you to have multiple attempts? If there are no multiple attempts, then once you do the first attempt, you are good to go. But for this one, because it was for testing, it was many attempts are allowed. So once you are done, you submit and finish. So once you submit, you will no longer be able to change. Yes, I submit and finish. So you can see that the question 1 was wrong, then the others were right. So that is basically how you take a quiz on the LMS. So the other activities, you will become familiar with them as you continue. But you can be sure that it is not a complicated process. You only need to have your courses on the left side. You click on the course, and then you look at the format of the content. So most likely it will be in weekly format, so that each week you know what is expected of you. It could also be on topical format, so that each week there is a topic that you need to cover. So basically those are the main ones that you will find. The discussion forums, the files to download. When you have the notes, you need to download the notes. You just click on the notes, you will be able to download them. The quizzes, you have to take care of the dates. So the important dates will be announced on the announcements section, and you will be able to see the video so that you can connect. The details of your lecturer will also be availed on the course, so that in case you have a challenge, you need to call them, you need to email them, then you can be able to do that. So take care of the dates. Make sure that you do your submissions on time, and then there is a video that we had earlier prepared on how to do this, how to take the exams. It will also be shared with you. So basically those are the functionalities that you expect, but as you log in and familiarize with yourself with the LMS, you will be able to find that it is easy to navigate. There are very few clicks on the activities that are expected in all the courses. So thank you very much. If there are questions, then I can address them.
Okay, thank you very much, Leah, for the presentation. And I think with that, I'm trying to check through to see if there are any questions on the side of the students from YouTube. And I can see Rachel has tried to answer to as many as possible. I've also provided email address to the students so that whoever has any queries can bring it forward. This is for providing support to the students. It is online.support@mksu.ac.ke. Currently, it's being managed by Boyd, Judy. So kindly, Judy, check if there are any queries which are coming about, so that you can respond directly or forward them to this forum, so that you can respond to the students. So students, kindly, if you have any queries, you have any challenges, post them there. So in summary, we have been able to cover how to open corporate or Machakos University email. Why is the email important? Because it will be used when you are registering your portal. Then we covered portal creation and unit registration and the associated functionalities. I'm sure all of you are now aware of that. Then the last thing that we did was the LMS, or the learning management system. What is the way forward? Very soon it will be communicated to you, and I believe from the coming week that classes will begin. They'll begin online. And then before then, there are two very important things you need to have done. One is you need to have registered your units. Kindly, as you type and communicate with one another, take a moment to listen to this. That by then, you need to have registered your units. So make sure you register your units. And for you to register, there is a condition that you should have paid your fees. For the self-sponsored, you need to have paid 50% of your total fees. For the government-sponsored, you need to have paid at least 75% of your fees. From then, you'll be able to access your content in the LMS. So if you go to the LMS and realize there are no units, what does it mean? It is not that the LMS is not working. No, it's because you have not registered your units. So register your units, go to the LMS, synchronize, the system will be able to pick the units from the ERP to the LMS. Then from there, you'll be able to access the content just like Claire has guided you. So just to the end of our training today, you should be able to follow this training tomorrow. We are having a different school. You can join us if you need to do a recap, and then you'll be able to pick up from there. So a timetable will be released. I can see so many of you asking about the timetable. So the Office of the Registrar, ASA, will be releasing the timetable to you in collaboration with the relevant offices. Then you'll be able to understand and know what will be expected of you. So I don't think there are any questions now. I just look for closing.
Mr. Kanoko,
Yes, Professor.
I don't know whether it is possible to share either email or whatever the way you communicate with the students.
Yes.
Those who have not been assigned subject combinations,
Yes.
say so and indicate the subjects they are interested in, so that we can try to assist them. Either maybe someone from ICT. I know Boit was talking to me about it the other day. Students have been calling. If possible, because I know quite a number of them are watching, and others will also be able to get a YouTube video. It can help us at least to get.
I'm thinking, Prof, the best way would be we are going to create an online form with the possible combinations, especially with the School of Education, so that from there now we'll be able to share the link with the students. They do the online registration, that is the online selection. Then you'll be able to effect that in the ERP. Is that acceptable with you?
But I can share with the Boit, and then we see how we can get to them.
Okay, so we shall be getting back to you students so that you can know which subject combinations you are getting into, so that from there to be effected in the LMS for you to view your units. So I think with that, I'm looking forward to closing remarks. I'm looking at the registrar. You say that you'll be joining us later. We have the director with us, Dr. Kibet. So I would request that he makes his closing remarks. Then from there, we'll be able to move on. That is, actually, we'll be able to close our training for today. Okay, I can see Dr. Kibet is not with us. Prof, I think it seems now you're the one who's going to make the closing remarks, so that from there we can close the training for today. So, Professor Mola, kindly. Then from there, Patricia Maka will be closing the training for us with a word of prayer. So, Professor, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Kanoko, and the ICT team that has taken us through this training. I want to appreciate the students who are on board. I was able to check the YouTube live link, and I was able to see like about 117, 120 or thereabout were following. That is against a number of 500 plus in the School of Education. Out of that, maybe I'm not able to know those who are from the School of Agricultural Sciences, because we also missed the dean. I don't know whether the lecturers were there, but I can say that is a good representation of our students, and also the lecturers who are on board. I could see that quite a number from the School of Education were on board. Let me say that the training has been successful. After this training, it's my expectation that now the students know what is expected of them in terms of the registration of units, and more importantly, I think what made us to have this training is mainly to orientate students on how to access the learning materials through the learning management system. As we were informed earlier, it is at this time round, we may not be able to meet face to face. And as a result, we will have the blended mode of teaching, where quite a bit of the teaching will be conducted online. And that's why we had to have this training. I know later, before the end of the semester, we will provide an opportunity to our students to come on campus so that they can have the face-to-face contact with their lecturers, and more particularly those who are doing science-based courses, which have practicals which cannot be conducted online. So we are looking forward to meeting all the students in the course of the semester on campus. But meanwhile, we expect all our students to be able to log on into the system and be able to get the learning materials. I think you have seen that the learning materials are programmed weekly, so that every week, once you get the timetable, you should be able to log in and go through the materials and also interact with your lecturer. And I think once we do that, we will be doing the right thing, and we'll be able to progress with the semester. I think the lecturers are ready. I know ICT has done their part, and immediately you log into the system, you'll be able to get the units. Otherwise, let me take this opportunity to wish our students all the best. If they have difficulties, we had shared our contact. ICT has also shared the way we can communicate. We have agreed that those who have challenges in selecting their subject combinations, we are going to devise a method, and ICT will help us to communicate to the students so that they can give us the information of their subjects of choice, so that we can be able to assign them their subject specializations before the end of the week, so that by Monday they can be able to access the learning materials. Otherwise, all the best. We meet either tomorrow or later. Thank you, Mr. Kanuku. You can move on.
Okay, so thank you very much, Prof, for your remarks, and that brings us to the end of our training today. I now want to request Educator Patricia to close for us the word of prayer, and I can see she is not available. So I request Judy. Oh, okay, Patricia is here. So Patricia, kindly close for us the word of prayer. Patricia Macau, you can hear me? Okay, so if you can't, Judy, kindly. Judy Boyd.
Okay, thank you very much, members and trainers. Thank you for the good day. And we also thank God that He has kept us this far. I'll pray now that He may guide us until we meet again next time. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come before you this afternoon, giving you thanksgiving because of your presence throughout the training. Thank you because of your guidance. How we pray, Father, that you may help us that in whatever we've learned, that we may also keep it and also put in practice. We pray for our students that as they come to Machakos University to learn online. We pray that you may help them and protect them also. Protect us until we meet again. For this in Jesus' name I do pray and believe. Amen.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Keep safe. For those who have not been able to reach us today, tomorrow we are also running the same for different schools. So let's meet tomorrow. Thank you. God bless.